What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and unfortunately, at the time of this recording, Carlee Russell's family, nor Carlee Russell her damn self, they have yet to come forward and reveal the truth. And you know what? If they know what's good for them, by some odd chance, if you all are watching this video right now, if you know what is good for you, you might as well go ahead and come forward, and you might as well go ahead and come clean. Go ahead and start the process of revealing the truth so we can kind of start moving on from this situation, because the longer it drags out, the worse it's going to get. The worse it is going to get. The more jokes we are going to crack, the more theories will, pop up online, and the more frustrated law enforcement will get. I can honestly tell you that I believe that if Carlee Russell would have just come forward from the get-go that night when she returned home, I doubt she would be facing charges. I think that they would have been willing to just let it go. And to be honest, I would have let it go as well. But the longer this drags out and the more work they force law enforcement to do here, the more frustrated they're going to get. And I mean, at this point, considering the fact that Carlee Russell and her family are still not telling the truth, and it seems like they are making it hard for law enforcement to be able to interview Carlee, I think Carlee's going to be facing some charges here. And trust me, law enforcement knows a lot more than you might think they know. Okay? I'm not going to sit here and say that law enforcement has already put all of the pieces of the puzzle together, because judging by yesterday's press conference, I don't think they put all of the pieces to the puzzle together yet, but I think they are getting closer to doing so. I know for a fact that they got more evidence and more information than they were willing to reveal yesterday. And they even said it. They said they know more. They said they know more about Carlee's mind state, that they have other Google searches as well. They got her whole entire search history. They know what Carlee was planning. They probably know what triggered Carlee to do this. They know who Carlee was in communication with. They're trying to let the family know, hey, we know it's a lie. Please come forward. And the family still wants to play stupid. I mean, look at the father. You cannot convince me that Carlee's dad does not know that his daughter is full of crap. I get it. He's trying to be a good dad. Wants to stick next to Carlee. And I believe that he's probably scared of his wife. He knows that his wife will slap him upside the head and put him in the doghouse if he doesn't support Carlee. But look at the look on this man's face. This looks like a broken man. This looks like a man that does not believe anything that he is hearing right now. This looks like a man that is not confident with the story that he came to tell the Today Show. And you cannot convince me otherwise. But yeah, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. I do believe that Carlee did even more. We know she stole from her job. We know she stole a bathrobe and toilet paper. Did she steal anything else from her job? I mean, she was Googling how to steal money from a cash register. I mean, I'm assuming that her parents aren't a cash register, even though I think they spoiled this girl. I think she was trying to figure out how she could steal money from her job. And there's a chance that she did. And we'll have to find that out later. But there's been a lot of rumors swirling around. Hoover, Alabama? in the Birmingham area, they are talking, okay? I've been getting a lot of information, and I don't know what's real and what's fake. I had a source send me over the information about the orange-haired man with a bald spot feeding her Cheez-Its, and I laughed. I thought it was ridiculous. I was like, man, get this out of here. Turns out that was Carlee's actual story. So unlike most cases that I've covered, I'm looking at a lot of these rumors as if they're more credible than I usually would. And take this with a grain of salt. Listen, if this was a missing persons case, I wouldn't even be entertaining rumors. But now that we know that Carlee is a complete fraud, a Cheez-It addicted freaking liar, I'm going to start looking around, okay? Because from what I'm hearing, law enforcement went and tried to pull some footage from the Red Roof Inn. Now, were they able to pull the footage? Did the footage show Carlee? Did the footage show nothing? Did they find something that is extremely helpful for their investigation? Or did they find nothing? I don't know. But from what I'm hearing, law enforcement went to that Red Roof Inn to look at some footage. You take of it what you will. I don't know where Carlee was while she was gone, but I don't think that she was outside camping in the forest. I think she went somewhere, and I think someone helped her. So you may think the story is over just because we know Carlee lied, but why did Carlee lie? Where did Carlee go? Who helped her along the way? One thing I can confirm for a fact is that Carlee's boyfriend erased all of her pictures. Carlee's boyfriend took down the post about Carlee fighting for her life. So he doesn't believe her. He's not standing by her side. I don't know if he helped her or if maybe Carlee went and ran around behind his back. I don't know. I do feel like this may have something to do with some type of relationship problems or relationship drama. But again, you never know. But I can confirm that he ain't standing by her no more. He deleted the post, deleted every picture they had together. So I think that is very telling. Because if those closest to you no longer believe you, then why should anyone else? But anyways, I want to go ahead and roll this clip because the news has been talking about this as well. For some reason, there's still idiots online that still seem to believe Carlee's story. I don't know why, but they do. But the mainstream media, they already let it go as well. No one's sitting here playing games with Carlee anymore. If y'all want to, y'all can. I'm done with it. We're going to expose this chick. The mainstream media is talking about it now as well. Let's go ahead and tune into this clip. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button in the process. And once this clip is over, of course, I'll be back with more thoughts.
And joining us now is Dr. Carol Lieberman. She is a forensic psychiatrist and expert witness. So, doctor, on Carlee's cell phone, some notable searches were found that included, are you charged for an Amber Alert? Searches of the Liam Neeson film Taken, which is about kidnapping, as you know, and how to steal cash from a register and not get caught. So, doctor, what does that tell you?
Well, first of all, it tells you that she has other signs of being dishonest, you know, how to steal from a register. The movie Taken, that is a big clue, you know, because basically she was staging her abduction. You know, I didn't believe her. I thought there was something fishy with this case from the very beginning, because that's basically what I'm trained to do as a forensic psychiatrist, is to, you know, determine whether people are malignant, whether they're lying, or whether they're, you know, whether they're telling the truth, criminals, and or even in civil cases. So, you know, she also seems to have copied Sherri Papini. You know, when she did that, she's the California woman who staged a hoax She disappeared for a while, and it turned out that she was with an old boyfriend. And then she surprisingly, showed up. She was charged with things, and did, I don't remember whether she spent time in jail, but she was definitely convicted. So, there are so many. First of all, it's interesting that she left her purse and her wig and her expensive watch and so on in her car at the side of the road. But she took the black bathrobe and toilet paper that she stole from her job at the spa, and she took snacks. So those are kind of clues as, did she hide out in the woods? Was she thinking she would need these kinds of things? She also bought a bus ticket to Nashville. Now, was there a boyfriend in Nashville or somebody she was hoping to meet up with? These are the kinds of things that the police need to follow up on. There are several other. Now, for example, in the press conference, the chief of police was saying that there were other things on her cell phone, but he's not disclosing that because of, sort of respect for her, to keep her privacy. So there are lots of different avenues. I just mentioned a few of them, but there are lots of different avenues to go down, and the police going to go down those avenues to try, because they want to determine what actually she was doing during those 2 days.
Absolutely. Those are the big questions. So as we know, Carlee's boyfriend and parents are standing firmly behind her. They've also been through a lot, of course, during this time. What do police need to look for when handling a case like this?
Well, it's interesting, her boyfriend and parents, because yes, they're saying certainly that they believe her now. The parents said this on national television. But if it turns out, as the police chief essentially said, that this was a hoax, they're going to be angry at her. Of course, if she gets charged, then they'll be sympathetic and try to help her, undoubtedly. But, this is a very, I think part of it was that she was wanting to manipulate them in some way. It's not clear why, but like, for example, that day that she disappeared, not only did she steal from her work, but also
there were things happening where she was misrepresenting, but she also, like you said, doing things where she wasn't telling the truth, and that was obvious. Is that correct, Doctor?
Right. Yes. And so she was afraid perhaps that she was going to get into trouble, like flunking out of nursing school and so on. There were various things, but it's still really there. It's not very clear. And
right.
And certainly we need to get to the bottom of it for one of the reasons that you were mentioning. How are the police going to react to other women who come up with these kinds of stories?
Absolutely. Dr. Lieberman, thank you so much for joining us and for that breakdown.
So what do you all think about what she had to say? I agree with everything she said, but it's always weird when you cover these stories and then you watch the mainstream media cover the stories and they just basically say everything that we're saying. You don't have to be a forensic, psychologist expert to come to these conclusions. Usually a normal person with common sense can put two and two together. Unfortunately, common sense isn't too common these days, but I always find it funny when we tune in to the professionals and they're just regular people that share basic opinions. Their thoughts are basically the same as everyone else's. But she did mention that Carlee flunked out of nursing school. I mean, I've seen a lot of rumors about that. I haven't really been interested in going down that rabbit hole. Not saying that it's not true. It probably is. It most likely is. But I'm not really interested in, things that may have happened in Carlee's past. I'm more focused on the here and now. Now, of course, they're talking about Nashville because Carlee Googled bus tickets to Nashville. Why would she want to go to Nashville? Was she going there to meet up with somebody? Did she just want to go there to disappear? Was that just a city that was kind of in range where she could go disappear? Or some people online are saying that Carlee was talking. People that know Carlee and that live in the area are suggesting, once again, take it with a grain of salt. They're suggesting that Carlee showed interest in going to a Beyonce concert in Nashville. And, Carlee went missing on the 13th. And on the 15th, sure enough, there was a Beyonce concert in Nashville. Now, I hope that Carlee did not pull all of this because she wanted to go see Beyonce. But at this point, considering the fact that she was dumb enough to come up with a story about being force-fed Cheez-Its while blindfolded by an orange-haired man with a bald spot that used a toddler to kidnap her on the side of a busy highway, I wouldn't be surprised. I think this should be a perfect example to everyone that it doesn't matter if you went to college, it doesn't matter what sorority or fraternity you're in. I don't care if you look like you got it all together and you're going to nursing school. The reality is a lot of people who do all of this stuff are dumbasses as well, okay? You can go to nursing school and still be an idiot. You can graduate college and still be an idiot, okay? Carlee is proof of that. I find it so discouraging that we live in a world surrounded by people as dumb as Carlee, and these are the people that we look to, you know, to help us and protect us and things like that in the future. Like Carlee was supposed to be a nurse. Do you want someone as dense as Carlee being your nurse? I don't. But the reality is when you look around at all of these professionals, a lot of them are freaking dumb, okay? I tell you that all the time. I always get heat every time I say it, but that's just the truth. Stop looking at everybody like they're better than you. Stop looking at everybody like they know more than you. Stop putting people on pedestals simply because they went to this school, they graduated here, maybe they have this degree, maybe they're in this line of work. One thing that I've found over the years is that there are idiots everywhere. Idiots with credentials and no common sense. But I guess we're going to have to sit here and wait. I'm going to continue pushing out the jokes on Twitter. Make sure you follow me over there. I got a lot more thoughts about this case that I'll be sharing soon in another video, and then another video, and hell, maybe even another video. Who knows? If you want to see more Carlee Russell videos, let me know down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.